Oh, we're good. Let's go. Hello, and welcome to Lone Star Roar Meditation. This is University Park's Roar Week, and I'm JL Dragomir. So there's actually three basic categories of meditation, and we are to focus on automatic self-transcending. The other two categories are focused attention, such as Zen Buddhism or Tibetan Buddhism or Qigong. And that's where you focus on an object, an emotion, and the brain waves are typically in the gamma frequency of 20 to 50 hertz. And the open monitoring or open awareness, such as Vipassana meditation, that's where you're actively paying attention to experiences. Both of these, you don't have judgment, you don't have reactions, or you try not to, let's put it that way, and you don't hold on to whatever's happening. As you can see and understand, open monitoring is the opposite of focused attention, and the theta brain waves are 4 to 8 hertz. Now, the automatic self-transcending, such as in transcendental meditation, it helps meditators go beyond your mental activity. So it goes beyond that sort of cognitive thinking process that is used in both focused attention and open monitoring or open awareness. So what we do and we're going to talk about, again, automatic self-transcending for these 5 days. So what happens in automatic self-transcending is that you repeat a mantra that I will give to you, and you repeat it at whatever rate comes easy. There's no fast, there's no slow, there's no, oh, I've got to say mantra 7 times a minute, or, there's nothing like that at all. It's all just effortless. And there's no attempt to focus it in or direct and control your cognitive processing. So, and in this state, your brain waves are in the alpha 1 state of coherence. And coherence is that state where the whole brain wakes up together and you're in a state of relaxed inner wakefulness. So in of these, you're always wakeful. It's not like you go into some sort of trance. But you learn to relax. You learn to let the body become restful. And the other thing I want to bring up is that we don't have an expectation. Expectations will not let your mind go in. And once you start saying the mantra, the mind automatically goes down into the body so that we have a body-mind connection. And I'll talk about that in a little bit more, but just think about it for a minute. When you have an expectation, your brain starts working on what I do before, how can I get there, what's going to happen in the future. And if our mind is whirling with all of these thoughts about what could be, what has been, then we don't allow the mind to go inward. And that's one of the things we want to do in our transcending is let the mind sink into the body. So every time we meditate, it's a clean slate. Sometimes you're going to be able to just go quickly and easily into the body with your mantra. And sometimes it doesn't work that easily. And sometimes you'll have these beautiful, wonderful experiences that are just blissful, beautiful and exciting, exhilarating. And then other times, oh, no, not going to happen today. And all is okay. There's no right or wrong with any of that. I've done all of these meditations. And so an example of this is I was doing Qigong, And there are many, 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 many kinds of Qigong. I was doing Zen and Qigong. And at one point, you put your hands in a lotus flower, and the lotus flower aroma just filled my head. And it was like, oh my gosh, this is so beautiful. And so I started having the expectation of having that happen every time. And of course, that didn't, right? So then you go into disappointment, or I went into disappointment, and then I just let it go. That is not part of what meditation's all about. So again, every time you meditate, it's a clean slate. You just don't have an expectation. Don't assume that something is going to happen. So, for instance, when we do automatic self-transcending, when we repeat the mantra very quietly, very lovingly to ourselves, we just say it silently. And like I said yesterday, if there was some melodious music going on in another room, if it just started right now, your mind would instantly to that melody. So it's the same thing with the mantra. Just allow the brain to just mind effortless, easily say the mantra, and you just automatically go into your body. So what's important about all this is not so much what happens in the meditation, but what happens afterwards. How do we feel afterwards? You know, more peaceful? Are we more relaxed? Are we more alive in our everyday expanded consciousness? So, another thought that students sometimes ask is, well, sometimes I go to sleep. Well, if you go to sleep, it means you needed to sleep. So sleep. It's okay. You need the sleep. So sleep. And then next time you meditate, probably will be more restful. Have to go to sleep, or the body won't go right into sleep. So sometimes, that mind runs rapidly, maybe even for 10 or 15 minutes of the 20 minutes of thinking about other things. And then you think, oh, I'm supposed to be meditating. Well, no worries. Just come back. Just come back to your mantra and easily, effortlessly let the mantra take your mind down into your body again. So some of the other things that students ask me about sometimes is, well, is there some way I can settle in easy? And yes, there are actually. And I'll cover one of them today, and then we'll get started here. So one of the easiest things you can do to just sit down and relax, well, I'm going to mention a couple actually. I wouldn't advise drinking coffee or some other stimulant before meditating. And your mind are connected. So you want to give it every opportunity to allow those two to work together. And if the caffeine has increased your nervous system, and that's probably not going to be really good for your meditation. Or if you've eaten a lot of food, if you just, big burrito with lots of hot sauce and beans and all that good stuff that goes with them, then probably your body's going to be wanting to digest rather than automatic self-transcending. So, don't you don't have to be completely void of food or substance in your body, but don't do it just before you sit down to meditate. And then the other thing is, you can do a breathing exercise. Of course, a lot of you probably already know that on our culture, we breathe from the upper part of our lungs, which just creates sort of a fight, flight, or freeze all the time. And so we're always on this, I gotta go, I gotta go, I gotta go. Other cultures, and we can learn this in our culture, is you bring the breath down into the belly. Of course, you don't really breathe in your belly, but you bring it to the lower lobes of lungs. So the lower lobes are where your parasympathetic system will relax and you will calmer. So if you just, even while I'm talking, just start breathing deeper into those lower lobes of your lungs and not in the upper part of your lungs, that will keep you sort of active and ready to fight or flight or freeze. And the other thing you can do is you can do alternate nostril. So alternate nostril breathing is you start on one side, or you breathe in deeply with both nostrils, and then you close the right side of your nostrils with your thumb, and you breathe the left, and then you close, and then you inhale and close the left nostril with your index or your middle two fingers, and you breathe out the right side. And so it's inhale one side, exhale the other side. So you always change the nostril on the exhalation. And you can do that sort of breathing, and that really settles the mind, settles your body, and gets you ready for meditation. So, okay, enough for today. This is what's going to happen now is um, I want you to close your eyes, and for about 30 seconds, just sit. And then you'll start the mantra that was explained in yesterday's video or audio, but if you didn't get it, it was Shri Prazi, Shri Prazi, Shri Prazi, Shri Prazi, Shri Prazi. So just repeat the mantra, and I'll come back in about 20 minutes. No forcing, just gentleness, loving kindness to yourself. Shri Prazi, Shri Prazi. Just repeat it to yourself. I'll be back in 20. All right. So now just stay in your comfortable position, but start easing off the mantra. And we'll just sit quietly for about a minute or two to allow everything to kind of settle in. Just ease off the mantra gently, softly. When you're ready, you can open your eyes, wiggle your toes and fingers, and come back into waking consciousness. So I hope that was easy for you. I hope it was enjoyable. You might try meditating twice a day, mornings, evenings. Come to meditation whenever you can. Just remember that some of the reason that we meditate, and I'm assuming you know some of the benefits of meditation already, but one of the reasons that we meditate is because we have this basic human to be happy. And transcend when we allow our minds to go down into the body. And remember, where neurons fire together, they wire together. So we're allowing our nervous system down, we're allowing our brain to settle down, we're allowing our anxiety can lessen, and we can become more fully present with what's happening now instead of thinking to the future or the past. We can just really become more fully ourselves. And so that brings us happiness. Being yourself is happy. And you already have it within you. It's not like you have to go find it out there. Your happiness is inside. So have a great day or evening or whenever you're meditating. And thank you for being here. Bye.